back.
Yeah, mic check, mic check, mic check. What's good, man? We are back. We are officially live with another episode of Kickin the Real. I am your host, Andy Diosa. If you're a first-time listener, thank you for being here. If you're a multiple-time listener, thank you for being here. The background's different if you're watching on YouTube. I am not in LA today, but it's all good because I got a special guest.
Where you at?
I'm on the go right now. We'll talk about
You on the move. You on the move.
I got one of my homies in the building today, a legend, man, just an overall great person. We used to work together at a place that will not be mentioned because we're not giving out no free promo over here. I got my brother LaJethro Jenkins in the building. Johnny boy, thanks for coming through the Kick with me. How you feeling?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling, doing good. Like I told you, got a baby boy on the way. My wife is 37 weeks, so anytime now I can get the call. But thanks for having me on, Andy. I appreciate you.
Man, my guy's living. He got a baby girl, got a baby boy on the way. Did it right, man. I'm happy to connect again with my brother here. Just genuinely a great person to talk to. Hilarious. Naturally funny, just wisdom, and we used to catch each other just at work talking just about random stuff all the time. So this is cool.
So, I miss those days. It was fun. Free lunch, all of that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Patty took all that from us, but yeah, we good now. Feel me?
Well, my guy here is one half of my favorite podcast, and I've told him this many times before. The Jenkins and Jones podcast, man. If you're not listening, if you're not tapped in, please do so. It's hard to describe it to certain people, but it's really just the best culmination of like you guys talk about whatever you want. And I love the fact that it's not in just one lane. It's not just sports. It's not just music. And, there's serious topics on there. There's funny topics on there. So I like to start with an origin story for people. Just how did the podcast come about? Because I've heard the story before, but I think it's just cool how that organically built.
Well, shit, me and Tyler was just always clowning online on Twitter, talking shit. And my homie, his name's Andy too, Andy Cole. Shout out to Andy. That's still my nigga. He hit me up. He was like, "Yo, you should do a podcast." I'm like, "What the fuck's a podcast?" You know what I mean? So like, yeah, we was like, I guess so. He had sent us like The Read and some other podcasts. This was like 2015. When I wasn't really hip to that shit. I really didn't start like listening to them probably like 2 years ago, honestly. So, but I had one for Hellas, but wasn't listening to them. But yeah, anyway, so we started off on like Skype, you know what I'm saying? Recording our conversations on Skype. And, we do it like whenever we felt like it. We try to do it every couple weeks, but in the summertime, it got really iffy because we was just having fun and we didn't really, you know what I'm saying? So we would be on the phone talking and we'd be like, damn, this could be a podcast, but fuck it. We outside, you feel me? So yeah, but now we on the volume. We got Gardabasio. Actually, what's crazy, I sent out a link. Gardy listens to the pod, and I sent out we were talking about like kids. I think maybe one of my friends, I don't know exactly how we got on this topic, but people that had kids by gay parents, their parents came out after they had children. And so, Gardy hit us up like, yo, I'm down to talk about it. You feel me? And he was cool as fuck. I liked having him on. And then he came on again. For some sports shit, I'm like, yo, hit up Tyler, like, yo, man, I kind of fuck with Gardy on here, man, and like kind of bounces it out. I feel like, me and Tyler just rap. We was just homies talking. Gardy is a good way to like mix it up and make it. He made it a show. You feel me? So, but yeah, like that's how it came about. How me and Tyler met initially, because me and Tyler were cool prior, like years prior, 2009, on Twitter talking shit. But then we started talking like laughing about our drug addict family members, like. You know what I mean? Like, man, once they stick the needle in, it's over with, bro. Ain't no coming back. You know what I mean? Laughing instead of crying type shit. That we've been friends ever since. I think he had like 600 followers. I might have like 200. So the man like running Twitter now. You feel me? Like he's a man. He's funny as hell, smart as hell. You know what I mean? Brilliant dude. So, but yeah, that's how we started talking.
That's amazing. Yeah. If you're on Twitter, you're familiar with both Dragonfly Jones and LaJethro Jenkins. They've taking over timelines, like John said. Tyler right now is running Twitter. He's hilarious, man. It's just
crazy.
A certain way
about. I don't be on there that much.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even be on there as much like I used to. Yeah.
The funny thing is you used to be on there running it up too, and I mean you still do numbers, but like Tyler is hilarious, bro. And the mix of the podcast is great too, because like you guys are all from different places. John from St. Louis, Tyler from Virginia, right?
Virginia, yeah, Richmond to be specific, yeah.
From Long Beach, so
yeah.
The cool dynamic of you guys, how you got split. I don't like how they try to convince you to root for the Lakers. I'm glad you got that stress out of the way early this year because I knew it was gonna be bad.
You a Celtics fan, ain't you? You
Yeah,
from Boston? Yeah. Congratulations.
Shout out to my boy Jackson.
I'm not a Boston Celtics. Yeah, he's a Celtics fan too. I'm not a Boston Celtics fan. I'm a Jayson Tatum Celtics fan.
For
So
sure.
you know what I mean?
We go and that's really where I wanted to
Jayson
kick
Tatum.
off.
That's how I feel.
That's why I wanted to kick off because I know John. You know, John's a huge basketball guy. Worked around the sport for a long time. Has done some great things. Played in the younger days. I know you said from being from St. Louis, you said like I'm rooting for Tatum. I ain't rooting for the Celtics. How is it? Because you watched him when he was younger. Like, how is it to see him get to that mountaintop? Albeit it wasn't the way that everybody made it imagined or whatever the case may be.
I mean, he played well. He wasn't. The first couple games he played winning basketball, but it wasn't Jayson Tatum basketball. You know what I mean? It wasn't top 10 player in the league basketball. You feel me? He didn't shoot that well. I feel if he shot better, like he shot decent, you know what I mean, he would have been MVP, you know, because I mean, with all the things he did outside of scoring as well. But yeah, I mean, it felt great to see him win, G. I'm glad he won one. I needed to see it. It hurt me like almost physically when they lost to the Warriors. I felt like they were a better team than the Warriors. As far as talent, I feel like the Warriors were more savvy. They'd been there before, and they knew what needed to be done. You know what I mean? And the Celtics were just green. They had a lot of talent, but just green as hell. So it's hard seeing them lose. I didn't. And there's no guarantees he'll be back. I know he was young, still young. He's what 27, 26, 27. Yeah, still young, but I mean he's getting to the prime. So it was time for him to start. You know. It's time to start taking advantage of his opportunities. So it's good to see him get back and get a W. I think they're the best team in the league. I mean, I was questioning that going into it because we've seen them fumble so much, even though they'd only lost 2 games up into the finals. I just see them fumble so much. All the turnovers and the pressure team they got to them. But. No, man, they handled it really well. That's a good Mavericks team that they made look like light work. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
the Mavs team is really talented. But then when you look at it and you guys mentioned on the pod, you start looking at the bench and you're kind of just like, oh man, like some of us really convinced ourselves to think that the Celtics were not going to beat this team. Like they were just better top to bottom all the way through.
I think because I mean we had saw how Luka and Kyrie looked, and I was like, they look like world stoppers, bro. Like they looked like they were scary. It was frightening. I mean, what they did to Minnesota, who like with that it has a great defense, best defense in the league, and they shredded them. You know what I mean? Kyrie was incredible. Luka was looked like a god. You know what I mean? So I didn't think that the Celtics could do better, but then you just look at like Derek White's the 5th best player on the starting 5, and he can be a 30 ball any night. Yeah. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like we're asking a lot. They have to walk a tightrope to win. And the Celtics can play B basketball and still win the finals. Yeah. So it's just too much to ask for a team. They need to fill some of them holes, or let's just get a little deeper. We'll see what happens with that hard cap. I mean, it's hard to make shit shake now. Absolutely. But get some solid role players, get some people that you can really count on. It's a lot to ask of PJ Washington. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like the Mavs, their role players, you're like, man, if PJ is going to be the next best option, like we're going to live with that because Tim Hardaway wasn't getting no burn for a reason. Like Maxey looked like he forgot how to shoot the ball, whether or not he was like super hurt or not. He didn't want the rock at all. He was looking years ago, just passing every time he touched it. I'm like, bro, you got the only thing you out there for is to shoot the corner 3, shoot this shit. Like,
right.
So it was just like a weird dynamic. But like being from St. Louis, and Tatum obviously is like St. Louis to the crib all the time. Like he's always repping. Sure. And I think that's funny because like athletes when they get to Boston, they try to like not conform, but they try to show respect for the Red Sox or like, I'm coming in with my Cardinals hat. Like what it is. Like, for somebody from the crib to see that and like have that pride in St. Louis.
I love that, bro. I mean, it's crazy. It's not abnormal. Like it's crazy how normal that is. People from St. Louis, like niggas from St. Louis, love. Can I say niggas?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I know. Yeah, love St. Louis. Straight up. You feel me? Like it's not like a city where it's well I got a rep for I'm wrong. No, we want to. You feel? I want you to know. Me, I had the golf brand, and I said the first thing I said, and being from St. Louis is my favorite part of me. Is that my 1 second, bro.
You good.
crazy. That took what 10, 15 minutes,
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Hey,
Hell,
we back. Fire alarm's trying to hate on us, but we're not letting fire alarms hate on us, bro.
I had to unplug every single alarm in the crib, dog.
Got my boy stressed out. All right, let's talk about Tatum, man. His pride in St. Louis, and like I said, being such a big Boston athlete now, but like repping the Cardinals any chance he gets and having that sense of pride in the crib.
I mean, like I said, bro, I feel like it's abnormal how normal it is. People love being from St. Louis that are from St. Louis. Like I said in a video prior, like, you know what I'm saying, in the golf brand, my favorite thing about me is being from St. Louis. Like I love the fact that I'm from St. Louis. It means something to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's seeing them show so much love is what a St. Louis nigga would do. But you also love to see it. You know what I'm saying? On that high of a level, and also seeing him in high school playing. Tatum's the reason. Seeing Tatum made me happy I wasn't playing basketball anymore. When I saw him play, he was a junior. He was only a junior in high school playing in Chaminade. He had like 17 in the first quarter, something like that. It was something crazy. And at the end of the quarter, he's been dominating buckets in every way possible. I mean, it's like, damn, this bringing the ball to the court. He's what 6'7", 6'8" at the time, like 6'7", something like that. Like talk like crazy, right? I'm like, this don't make no sense. He gets the ball, has his back to the basket. You know what I'm saying? At like the 3-point line. I'm like, who's doing that in high school? You know what I mean? Back to the basket, hitting him with this. Reverse pivot, goes back to the basket, backs him down, bow, fades out of bounds to the point where I couldn't even see him. He was behind the crowd from the angle I was at. Cash. I'm like, bro, I'm going home. Ain't no use in watching this no more, bro. It's no use, dog. Whoever got that kid out there with him, it's abuse. Call the people on their parents. It's not fair, dog. Like, that's how good Jayson Tatum was. And so, like, seeing him become who he was supposed to be. You feel me? I saw Bradley Beal play at Chaminade too, like a few years prior. Easiest 40 ball I've ever seen. Like, he just 40, and he wasn't even shooting great the first half. And then just caught fire. They had 3 dunks back to back. It was nasty. And I think anybody from St. Louis is going to be better than Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? Until I saw Tatum play in high school, I'm like, ooh, he's different. Come to find out, he was working with Drew Hanlon, you know, after the summer after his sophomore year, started working with Drew Hanlon. That's why it looked like he was doing NBA moves out there, because he was. Future NBA player for sure. We knew that. But I didn't this good. And also winning a chip, man, that means a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah, now that's fire to see that all come to fruition. Like you said, you see the NBA package at a young age, and to see it all play the way that it did is amazing. I got an important question for you here, because we'll transition off the Celtics. I know you don't want to talk about them no more. I know you a LeBron guy, right? And
yeah.
I think it's interesting, this LeBron Jordan conversation, especially people of different ages. What is it? What is it about Bron that puts him over Jordan for you, or just like coming up and seeing Bron hoop the way he does? Because I'm the same way. I'm a LeBron guy, but I'm a little younger, so I didn't get to watch Jordan too much. Like I saw
for sure.
the end of his career, but like, you know, there's certain people that like a different age that can be like, nah, Jordan forever, and it's like, people don't always necessarily agree with that.
I feel like this is how I feel about Jordan. Jordan's career, man, ain't no. I mean, obviously the losses to the Pistons and stuff like that, but when we look at it as a whole, greatness, right? And so I see like people are 6-0 in the finals. That means something. I ain't taking it away. But we're talking about best basketball player. Jordan had by far the better team when he was in these finals. You know what I mean? One of the best teams of all time. Either them or the Warriors. You feel me? So the teams that he had were much better. So I don't want to look at the finals. I'm talking about just the person themselves.
Right.
Ain't nobody playing basketball better than Bron. And I don't feel like it's a knock at Jordan. If you say Jordan's the GOAT, cool. You feel me? And so I understand the GOAT, greatest of all time. When it comes to greatest, I can see how Jordan can be. People can say Jordan is greater because you take in like what he did to everybody. Nobody won shit and all that. 6-0 in the finals. That's a sign of greatness. But when I'm looking at the best basketball player I've ever seen, it's LeBron James, and he can do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he shot nearly 40% from the 3-point line this year.
Crazy.
Like he just whatever he needs to do to get it done, he's been able to do it for 20 years, dog. Like what he did in 2016, nobody that's ever touched a basketball could do that. Nobody. Bron is the only person. And I'm not taking, like I said, I'm saying it's not taking anything away from Jordan.
Right.
You feel me? I think he was incredible. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. But Bron, I'm just going off what I see, and the facts, bro. Like when I'm looking at, I'm not gonna lie to myself. It's Bron.
Nah, I agree with that. I agree with that completely. This is always an interesting conversation, but like you said, you don't have to compare one, like because you're rooting for one, you're taking away from the other. It's just like you're going off what you see, and that's the same way I tell people all the time. Like, I'm going off of things I've seen him do over the years and get to the finals consecutively with these teams that had no business even being close to the finals. Like at some point,
right,
take away the like, oh, but he lost this many. Like you got to take that stuff away and be like, bro, he's doing some stuff that nobody's ever done and probably will never do in the NBA again.
When Jordan retired, that same Bulls team, as Pippen as the leader, Pippen was like second runner up. He's like third in like MVP voting. He got him. I think the Knicks went to the finals that year. In the semifinals, right before the conference finals, they lost to them in like 7. He took them without MJ. This is how good that team was. You take Bron off the teams he wins with, them niggas is in the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We're trying to just let's look at the whole body. Like, I understand. I don't want to take the 6 finals away. 6 and on the finals is incredible. I don't want to take the defensive MVP. Bron's got shot. He got juked at least a couple times for the you know what I'm saying, for the defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, G. So like, I mean, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I watch Jordan. I think Jordan's great. I think if you say he's a GOAT, I'm not gonna argue you. You feel me? But like, to me, it's just Bron. And I think maybe it's a matter of taste, maybe what you find important. Sure. You know what I mean? Like it's a, I mean, either of them deserve the title, but just for me, it's LeBron.
That's a fact. Last basketball question. We'll transition quickly. And you guys have talked about this, just the state of the league right now, because I think this playoff more than any other postseason, we saw that change into the guard where like KD's getting dragged by Ant. You got Kyrie who looked great at a point and then looked like his age again. Steph and the out early, and it's like these players that you watch, he's still amazing generational talents during the regular season, going crazy. But then you see, to get to that point, to that mountaintop again, it takes such a long time. And it's like, now we got Tatum and Luka at that top, but you still have Ant, you still got SGA. I mean, you got all these kids, and then you got the new joints. You got Wemby. Like, how great of a spot. And we don't even, I feel like, I know you're a big fan of Ja. Like, we don't even talk about Ja the way we used to after all.
Because he's been hurt, and then he got suspended.
Like, you know how nasty he is. Like, how you
sure.
about just where the league is right now and the direction it's going? Because I think it's amazing.
I love it, bro. I'm excited. I was really worried about the league after Bron left. Remember, like when Jordan left, and it kind of stunk a little bit.
Yep.
It just stunk a little bit. It just had the same feeling. But I love these playoffs. I love seeing the youngins go at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like the league won't miss a step. You know what I mean? I feel, we won't. We'll need, people are gonna have to step up and earn the title of God, like, Bron, Steph, KD, Giannis will still be playing. Obviously, he's older, but he's not old yet. He still can get it done. He's still a dog. And you know what I'm saying? So but I mean, like, they have to earn that. We need them to earn that. We need them to add to the resume. But I'm excited about where it's going, bro. I loved seeing that. I love seeing Ant play KD. KD's his GOAT. And he got up to play KD. Like, he wasn't scared. No fear. Even in the loss against the Timberwolves, he didn't take that L and had his head down. Like, he was like, fuck the L. But it seemed like he was like, we gonna get back. I'm gonna be better next year. Yeah. This might be what he needed to actually get to the mountaintop and play a particular way, because that Timberwolves team, as much as the trouble they caused the Nuggets. And I think defensively, they could have had some good matchups with the Celtics. I feel the Celtics would have still cooked them. I mean, I probably went around 6 at most. But yeah, G, like, I love these young dudes. I'm a huge SGA fan. I'm like, when I tell, if I'm talking to a kid that wants to play basketball, I tell him to watch SGA.
Yeah.
Look what SGA does, bro. He's not doing Steph. You can't do what Steph does. Not everybody in the planet could work as hard as Steph does. The exact same thing Steph did to get to where he's at and still not be Steph. Yeah. There's something special about Steph. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And like, Bron won a genetic lottery. Why even, come on, G, you know what I mean? But like SGA, he's obviously, he's what, 6'6", something like that. Like, genetic, I mean, not a normal human being, but But what he does in a basketball court is real normal. You know what I mean? As far as like finding his spots, you know, getting to his spots, you know, knowing what he's good at and playing to that. He just plays basketball real smart. You know, he makes the game his no matter who he's playing with. And that's what you can, if you approach the game like that, like as long as I can get to my spots, you know what I mean, where I'm comfortable on the court, where I can be successful on the court, and you can get to your spot more than not, you'll be solid. And I feel like he's really good at getting to his spots. He'll shoot a three ever so often, but that's not his strong suit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But he'll get in that lane. He'll get in that mid-range. He knows where to get to in order to be successful, and he does a good job doing that. So I feel like I love watching him. I love these young cats, bro. It's gonna be fun.
A lot of good players in the league. A lot of good players. You say about SGA, it reminds me a lot of like Melo, and hearing Melo talk now more. He's like, it's repetition, getting to my spots, and now that he's training, right. Like, it's not about trying to do all the extra stuff. Like that comes with time and you learn. But it's like if you're confident and you know this is the mid range is your spot, get to that, and perfect that, and then everything else is gonna fall through. Because if you could get that one thing down, it's like good luck with everybody else trying to keep up. So
Steph just does whatever he wants to do out there, right? I mean, nobody's that good, you know what I mean? Where they do whatever. Even KD is, to me, is the offensively. I mean, a scorer. I say it's the best score I've ever seen in my life. You feel me? And he knows where his spots are. He finds his spots and gets busy. You know what I mean? There's very few people that's going to step across half court, 40 ball, and shoot a game winner. You know what I mean? That the only person I've seen is comfortable. Like, I mean, Kyrie, one of them dudes that might do it just for the heavy nuts, and also Dame. But it's Steph. But who else we talking about when it comes to that? You know what I mean? Like, dog, it's very seldom you have that you born with that talent, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's a lot of dudes that are doing things that I think are repeatable, and I think that's what these young kids could take from these basketball players instead of trying to just lean into the crazy shit. But yeah, I love what the league looks like, bro. I'm excited.
Yeah, I love it. And John, the transition, John has now hit the next level of understanding life, because I'd be seeing him in the backyard swinging the golf club. He's part of the Hoka gang now. You know what I'm saying? Repping the Hoka gang. Sometimes
I just wear Hoka on the treadmill, bro. I'll be wearing them in the streets, bro, man.
Sometimes you gotta know. You gotta know when let one thing go and let the other thing. And
the knees need Hokas. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying this right now with a messed up ankle for playing basketball. So I wanna hear about your transition into this golf thing and 12 on Mondays, man. You're the founder, creative director. I want to hear what this project's about and what it means to you, man, because it seems pretty amazing from what I know so far.
Yeah. So basically, how I got into golf was it was pandemic. It was a pandemic. You couldn't really do nothing. I had my buddy Brad, who was like been playing golf since a shorty, I think like 10 or 11. And he'd been off and on with it. You know, the vibe in golf is weird at times. You know, it's been weird and it's getting better, but it's still kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, not enough of us out there. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, like us, me and you. You feel me? Like really. Some real ones. You know what I mean? So it was and there's a reason. Like people were trying to make it exclusive or like a secret society type situation. But anyway, it's getting away from that. But he invited me out there to play with him. I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm taking depression naps at 11 a.m. I wake up at 9 a.m. taking another nap at 11. I'm just trying to not deal with the reality of what's going on because it was heavy for everybody.
Yeah.
So he brought me out there. I played pretty decent. My grandmother got me a couple, maybe 2 group lessons when I was like in 7th, 8th grade, like when I was in my summers in St. Louis. And so I was like, all right. I mean, I know I have an idea of how to swing the club. And also I would get high with one of my homegirls and we would just go hit the club sometimes at the driving range just for the fuck of it. Not, Anyway, so I fell in love with it, bro. Like I just was out there. Like it felt like recess. I'm with my homies. I didn't get into golf like other people do. Like I wasn't around like a bunch of people that weren't like me. I was around my homies. Like I just found a group of people like ourselves, and we learned the game together and figured it out. As well as with Brad, it kind of helped us out. And I was just like, bro, I had a different introduction to the game than most people. Where I was only playing with my friends, and so I was like, damn, like that's dope. I realized also like the clothes I would put on initially to try to play golf. I'd leave the golf course and be like, I remember getting a Gatorade after a round, and the dude looked at me like the clerk looked at me like, you a golfer? And I'm like, I play golf. You know what I mean? I'm like, please don't judge me by these clothes I got on. I ain't say that, but I'm thinking I wanted to say that. I'm like, bro. So I just started wearing my own clothes out there, with t-shirts and regular shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, all that. You feel me? So like, and then I was like, you know, so like I was thinking like, man, we need to try to find like some new shit for people to wear. Like this, like I want something that's cool I can wear on the course. You feel me? If I'm playing at a private course or like a muni, whatever. But I was like, making cool clothes ain't good and important enough to me. Like I can just, people are making cool clothes, I just wear those.
Right.
So then I heard about this story called 12 on Monday. Or this story basically, not called 12 on Mondays, but it's I call it 12 on Mondays. That's what my brand name. But basically at Forest Park, which in St. Louis, Forest Park is like to me, that like when I brought my wife to Forest Park, I introduced her like, this is the center of my universe. I've spent so much time in Forest Park at the top of Art Hill, you know, working out, reading, drawing, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, all types of stuff, bro. So when I heard about the story of Forest Park, we're like the boys in the park basically. So these guys they wanted to play golf, and you know this was segregation. You know, they couldn't play, and so they went to the courthouse, fought to be able to play. The courthouse said, look, you could play on Mondays from 6 a.m. to from sun up to 12 noon, basically. So whenever the sun rises, when it's 12 noon, we ring a bell, all the niggas got to shake.
That's crazy.
And so in that time period, they built a community of people, bro. And like Joe Louis, like world champion boxer, was coming out to St. Louis playing at Forest Park. They had a Paramount Golf Club. They had like, you know, some like professional, like pros coming to play with them. You know, they built a great community that people would seek out to play at. And so I was like, oh wait, I could use this brand could be a way to, you know, build community. And also the way I was introduced to golf was abnormal, but I could introduce people to golf the same way. We could pull up at a par 3, just be the homies, and we could just have a little vibe out. It could be like recess when we was kids, you know what I mean? And so that's what it felt like to me. So just trying to create a community, build a community out, all the community I already have in golf, and then invite people out, because I just feel like it's such a great way. I have 2 regrets in life. One, I didn't go to HBCU. I should have went to HBCU. I don't know why. I tweak, horrible decision making. And then the second one is I didn't play golf with my grandmother. My grandmother, the 2 most prominent things, my grandmother, she smoked weed, damn near like, she just stopped probably like 10, 15 years ago, because she got a boyfriend that didn't smoke weed. She's like, my boyfriend don't smoke, I ain't gonna smoke either. and then she, you know, and golf. She's always playing golf. So I always wanted to smoke some tree with her. Like, you know what I mean? She broke my weed down once for me, but she did, you know, so I don't smoke no more or whatever. And so, but I should have played golf with her, man. I feel like I would have got to know her so much more, spend more time with her, like the gyms and the experiences we would have had. I hate that. And so I wish I would have played a little earlier, but I'm like, yo, what can I do to make it more of an inviting space? Like for like the me's when they were younger, my grandmother invited me. It seemed like it made sense for me to be out there. When I was younger, it didn't seem like it made sense for me. Yeah. So I'm not trying to, like, people say grow the game. Like, I don't know these niggas. Like, I'm not trying to grow. I'm not trying to grow golf. It's about people for me. Yeah. You know, I want just more people like myself out there, you know, so maybe it's a selfish thing, but I mean, it is growing the game in a way. But for me, I'm not worried about golf as much as I'm worried about community, you know, and people. I think the game has always been cool. I think the people that are around it haven't been cool. You know what I'm saying? So we get the right people to kind of tap in and lock in with it. I think we can have some, you know, it could be a great experience for all of us out there. So yeah, I mean, I love the game. You know what I'm saying? I do love it. I've enjoyed it. It's been, you know, it kind of reminds me of basketball, being in the gym by myself, working on my jumper. Mm-hmm. Same thing on the driving range. Just, you know, fine tuning little things, you know, elbow in, all that type of stuff. It's similar. There's a similar approach to getting better in golf. And so I forgot how much I missed the grind of basketball with these bad knees. I kind of found that in golf. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I get also, like, when I'm playing basketball, I'm trying to murder you in front of me. Yeah. I'm like, I don't care. Like, you know, you could be my sister. Like, why are you out here with me? You know what I'm saying? Get off your feet. I'm taking them ankles. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to embarrass you in front of everybody. I don't care. We'll be cool when we get off the court. With golf, it's different. It's me versus the course. And I'm just having a conversation with my homies for 4 hours.
No, that's real. I love the backstory, man. The backstory is amazing, and I've seen the merch, like the drop you guys had. I mean, everything looks super dope, man. And
it sold out 2 weeks. Crazy.
The support, crazy. Everybody was
mine.
So So
really grateful. Very, very, very grateful. Very grateful.
Definitely tap in with 12 on Mondays. If especially if even if you're just not a golf person, but if you're a golf person, I know a lot of people, like I said, make that transition once they just like, yo, I can't keep playing this other sport that's gonna mess my legs up. Tap in with that. Tap in with my brother LaJethro Jenkins, who I will say, you say, used to put up numbers on Twitter, and he still has some gems. I'm gonna put one on the screen right now before I let him go because it's Drake and Kendrick tweet.
That was a fun day. That was a fun day.
You can see it. It says Drake at the crib right now trying so hard not to twerk. And it's like, you just be on the timeline, you pop in out of nowhere. He tweeted that during the Kendrick Pop Out show at Inglewood. I'm like, bro, John is like I said, top 10, top 5 funniest dudes I know, man. It's hilarious. My brother, thanks for coming through, man. Kickin, I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll keep in touch, man. Keep winning that life, bro. I'm happy for everything that's going on with you. And
same with you, man. Dope to see you continue to win as well, bro. You feel me? Like, dope to see you doing this as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I wish the alarm didn't go off, but yeah, we made it work. For sure.
We made it work, man. Tap in. Jenkins and Jones podcast. Thanks for tapping in over here, and I'll catch you on the next episode, y'all. Peace.
All right, peace.